Hi students, this is Manik Shah. Today we are going to talk about the economical outcomes of democracy. So dear students, in previous videos lectures we have discussed about the political outcomes of democracy. So dear students, in the previous lecture itself we had made the comparisons that in which system of government is better in the society, and politically we analyzed and we came to the conclusion that the democratic systems which is far better than dictatorship. Why? Because it is a systems which gives political equality to the citizens. It talks about the development of the society. It provides dignity to the citizens, and at the same time it accommodates the social diversity in the society. But students, we are analyzing the democratic systems in terms of economical growth. So when we have analyzed in the society, we have found that right from 50 years, it has been revealing to us that the democratic systems is less developed than dictatorship due to several reasons. So here, which systems has more developed in the society? It is the dictatorships. Slightly, the dictatorship has economically developed in the society. So when we are analyzing the economical growth and development, it is talking about the development in the society. It is talking about the economic growth. It is talking about the reducing of poverty, inequality, and at the same time, it is talking about the welfare situations of the society. So these are some of the prominent economic outcomes which we see in these democratic systems. So let us discuss thoroughly and let us make the comparisons between the democratic systems as well as the dictatorship. So dear children, as I have told you that according to the estimations of the 50 years right from 1950 to 2000, so it has been revealing that the dictatorship has economically slightly developed in the society. So when this economical development is given more important in the society, it is talking about several kind of situations, because the economical development depends on several things in the societies. They are such as the population size, the global situations, the cooperations with other nations, and at the same time how we are giving priorities to the economic policies in the society. So these are the situations which is very important in the societies when we are talking about the economical growth as well as development in the society. Because my dear children, when these democratic systems as well as the dictatorships talking about development, first things we have to give importance to the situations, how the situations of the nations. Because if we have the large populations in the society, it's very difficult to develop the society very quickly, because we need to have more developmental goals in the society. We need to have better economical policies in the society. We need to have economic priorities in the society. We need to have the better global situations. We need to have better coordinations as well as cooperations with the other nations, so that we can have these foreign investments, and when we have the foreign investment, then only the development is going to be possible in the society. So dear children, as we have studied in economics that according to the criteria of the WTO, the World Trade Organizations, it has been saying that unless we have better cooperations with other nations, the development is not possible. Why? Because we need to have the foreign investment, we need to invest with the multinational corporations, then only the development is going to happen. Without having the mutual cooperations with other nations, the economic developments, the economic growth, all these are not going to be possible in the society. So dear children, when we are analyzing these democratic systems in terms of economical outcomes, then all the situations which are very important, because we need to analyze the society, we need to look into the situations of the societies. They are such as the size of the populations. If the population is increasing more and more, then the development is not possible in the society. Why? Because we need to have a proper management. We need to reduce the populations. We need to have a proper planning. Then only the development will be possible in the society. And at the same time, the global situations, the cooperations with other nations, all these factors which are very important for the development of the nations. So, dear children, now we are going to learn how the democratic systems is very effective in reducing the inequalities as well as the poverty. So here, democratic systems, it is always concerns about political equality. It is talking about dignity of the situations. It is talking about free and fair elections. It is talking about a constitution where the guaranteed rights are given to the citizens. But when we are analyzing the reducing of inequality in terms of economical growth and poverty, here the concern is always very different, because democracy, it is not giving importance to economic equality, because it is a very radical ideology. Because the Marxists, they talked about economical ideologies, or they talked about these socialism ideologies. But in democratic systems, as we see that we need to very strictly analyze in the society how economically we are developing in the societies. So here the economical inequality is found in the society. Why it is found? Maybe we may be having different kind of defective policy which is not at all favorable in the society to develop the society. So here in our society we see the gap between the rich as well as the poor is increasing day by day. So why it is increasing? Maybe we do not have the proper distributions of wealth in the society. So it is talking about the ancient history, and in the ancient history there was no proper wealth distributions. Due to that, still in our society the poor people is declining, at the same time the rich people is increasing day by day here. So here, why the poor peoples are not developing? It is maybe due to lack of proper opportunity in the society. Due to lack of opportunity, the poor people is not developing. So there are so many factors which is associated with the less development of the poor people. Maybe they are not educated, they are not well acquainted with knowledge as well as with skills, they are not having well as well as they are not having the proper opportunity in the society. Due to all this factor, the poor peoples are not developing. Their progress is declining day by day here. So in order to develop them, we need to give importance to literacy. We need to train them. We need to have equal distributions of wealth. We need to provide better opportunities to the poor peoples. Then only the poor peoples will develop in the society. And at the same time, dear children, as we see that in democratic societies, the political parties, they are always concerned with the votes of the peoples, and at the same time the large proportions as well as the large sections of the societies, they are belonging from poor peoples only. So here the political parties, they are concerned about the votes of the poor peoples, but they are not concerned about their daily lives, because the poor peoples, they are having very hard to fulfill their basic needs. There are so many people who are dying in hunger. There are so many people who are having great difficulty to fulfill their basic needs. So why they have great difficulties to fulfill their basic needs due to several kind of things. Already I have told you that they are not access to opportunity, they might be less educated in the society. So due to several kind of situations, already we have discussed that it depends upon the cooperations with the society, the global situations, all these factors which have been closely associated with the less development of the poor people. So dear children, as we have understood that the poor peoples are not developing in the society because the political parties, they are not at all concerned with them, only they are concerned with their voting rights in the society. They want to get the votes of the poor peoples, but they are not concerned about them, and they do not want to liberate them economically in the society. So here the political situations as well as the outcomes of democracy, it has been found that the economical outcomes, it is slightly developed in the society. When we are analyzing the outcomes of democracy in terms of economic outcomes, it has been found that democratic systems is less developed than dictatorships due to several kind of situations. So dear children, what the parties should give more important here? They should be always concerned about the poor peoples. They should develop the poor people. As we see Bangladesh, half of the peoples of Bangladesh are poor. So how they are leading their life? In order to lead their life, they are depending upon other nations to provide them food, to provide them their basic needs. So this is how the poor peoples are managing to live in the society. So dear children, what should be our goals here? We need to provide better educations to poor peoples. We need to help them to have access to equal opportunities in the society. When all these factors are given important in the society, then only the poor peoples are going to develop. So at last, dear children, as we have analyzed and we understood that economical outcomes of democracy is slightly less developed than this dictatorship. So how we are going to develop the society? We need to provide equal opportunity to each and every individuals in the society, and when we are providing equal opportunity, then only all citizens, all individuals who are going to develop in the society properly. Otherwise, there will be less developed in the society. Thank you so much for listening to me.